care. I used to call them my little heads. Anyway, I used to take care of that population. So depending on where this injury is on your neck, it's what you can do. So the higher up it is, the less you can do. If you get it in the lower part of your back, you'll have people that'll be paralyzed, have paralysis from the waist down, so they'll be in a wheelchair. But yes, they can use their hands. They can still eat. They can do things. It's up here in the chest. Maybe the mobility might be, look at me, might be a little bit, off or something like that, but may have some movement there. Up higher, now you can't even breathe, right? So that's when you will need the ventilator. And so when she received the fracture and the spinal injury, she went paralyzed. So when they're yelling at her or taunting her about, aren't you going to even fight back? She can't, because she's paralyzed from the neck down. How scary to be paralyzed from the neck down and you can't breathe. And she's still hitting me. I can't breathe. I can't move. I can't do nothing. And she's still hitting me. She's kicking me. She's hitting me. And my friends is here. I can't even turn my head to look at them. I can't do nothing. I can't talk. Can't do nothing. But no, when I can't even take a last breath. I just have to pass out. And not one of them helped her. Not one. So what I'm saying is that we need to be careful of even these women, right? Because they're not your friends. Not all of them. But we have to be aware so we can see the yellow signs before it's too late. Before it's too late. Think about people's energy as far as like this type of rage and stuff like that. Open your eyes. Like I said, stop, look, and listen. Look, listen, and feel. Look, listen, and feel. How you feeling? If you feeling any type of something about anybody, don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. Until you know that you are healed in a good space, you don't need to be trying to navigate relationships. Sometimes you just got to be by yourself. Sometimes you got to be by yourself, because when people are jealous or they have, they feel a certain type of way about you, even if it's real or imagined, it doesn't matter, because if that person believes it, it's real to them. So you are wasting your time with trying to convince them or trying to show them that that's not what you meant or that's not what you said or any of those things. Or, it's just something we need to be aware of. So, yeah, I'm very sensitive. I feel stuff, and I don't even know if I want to show the video because it was very traumatic, and I'm sure y'all probably already seen it. But when I'm talking like that, the reason why I'm feeling emotional, like I said, I've spent many years working with those that clientele, those people that have got shot or injured in the neck some kind of way. Most of mine were gunshot wound, old gangsters or rappers or whatever that anyway got the shot in the neck, and now they just ahead. Those people had to stay on the ventilator, had to stay plugged up to a machine that breathes for them because they got it was here from here down, no signal, so they can't do anything, can't do nothing for themselves. So all that, the thing is, I know that that's a scary thing, because what I did was I would take care of them at home on these ventilators, and there was one gangster. He was paralyzed from the neck down, and he was just super mean and nasty. He was one of these angry males, entitled, and he would just talk major crap at you and to his family too. And here you are, just a face. You can't do nothing. You need a whole person to be able to do anything. He still, he could still eat and stuff like that. Some of them have to be fed. We just keeping these bodies around. But anyway, let me try to stay focused here. All that to say is that I took care of him for one day, and I was gonna come back to take care of him another day. But let me just go here. I go here, it's my first day, and I pull up, and I'm surprised to see that he's outside in his wheelchair. He had they had wheelchairs for them where they could move it, operate it with the mouth or something like that. Most of the people that received those injuries didn't even want to go outside. They, that has to be ultra depressing too, because you have to, take the ventilator outside, all this stuff. But anyway, he went outside every day still. He made the people get him up. He went outside. So I'm pulling up. I'm shocked to see, first time I see my patient outside. So I'm like, introduce myself. Hey, Nurse TJ here. So take me to the spot. And I'm still surprised how independent he is, because, for the most part, you got to have somebody around. So later that evening, he had revealed to me his biggest fear was that he'd have a pop-off. A pop-off is when their ventilators would pop off. So the ones that on the long-term ventilators, they would get a tracheostomy. So they'll, put a hole in the neck with insert a tube so we can connect the ventilator to it so to help the person breathe, or breathe for the person, right? So when they would have these body spasms, right, because they're not moving, so the body gonna spasm and all that stuff. So they do these real jerky body spasms, and sometimes the ventilator would pop off and become disconnected, right? And so me, the nurse or family member, someone had to come rush over there and connect them back, because they can't breathe on their own because they're paralyzed from the neck injury. So no breathing. That's how the young lady suffocated, because she couldn't breathe. Her brain, the signal broken because of the spinal cord injury. So he reveals to me that, because I come in there the next night. I'm sorry, I did work with him 2 nights. So the first night I meet him there, and then the next night he's not. When I come up to the drive up there, he's not there. Nobody's on the outside. So I walk to the back, and I hear the ventilator beeping, beep, 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 beep. Usually when it's beeping, something's wrong, like it's disconnected, person not getting any air. So I come in, and he is in the bed alone. The ventilator has popped off. And so, I just come in, I still got my bag. I haven't even, I just quickly plug him back up because I see his saturations are dropping. And so, because he can't breathe. So I plug him back up, and I'm thinking like, hey, where's, the people? So his family would leave him in the back because he was so vicious verbally to them. So they would just whatever and leave him, right? So he tells me that his biggest fear is that he pop off, and that nobody would, plug him back up. So I get back to work the next week. At this part, I'm taking in my heart thinking, okay, well, we done made friends. I didn't set him straight, because I don't let them, I give it to him rough. He had to, that's what I used to do. So when I come back to work, I'm, before I can get in there, they telling me that this guy has passed away. It was during Christmas. He popped off. The family was in the living room having Christmas, and worst nightmare happened. He had to pop off and passed away. So, yeah. That's why, I just felt emotional, because when I saw her body, how she was placed on the floor, I could see the paralysis, the way, because I worked with the patient people before with paralysis. So I know, like, there's a way the body looks when it is paralyzed. Like, you can't fake that. Like, you know what I mean? You can't fake it. So, and for somebody to continuously, when a person is like a rag doll just there to just, that's it, was just vicious and horrific. Vicious and horrific. So, let's see. Let's go a little bit further here. Let's go ahead and read a little further and see what's going on here. Where did we leave off at? All right. Video of Shanquella Robinson. A video of a fight has gone viral. Multiple news outlets have published screenshots of the footage with claims that the video is of Robinson and one of her friends in the room where they were staying. Wow. The footage shows a naked woman, barely verbal, being hit and punched in the face multiple times by another woman until she fell onto the ground. A person not seen in the video is heard saying, "Quilla, can you at least fight back?" The FBI says they have seen the video. Wow. All right, so the FBI saying that they've seen the video. Wow. I'm not sure if let me see if I want to play this video. All right, so I'm just going to go on and I'm going to see here, whatever it is, it's must be okay to play because it's what's happening here. So let me see, we're going to stop the share and I'll find this here video so we can talk about it. Is that it? No, we just left there. All right, bear with me. All right, so let me go on. That's not it. Is this it? Yeah, what's that? There we go. All right, so here we go. One more try. Can I have one more try? Is that it? Please? No, you ain't it. Yes, let's try this. Maybe this might be it. I don't think that's it either. No, that's not it. But look here how much stuff is really happening here. This thing is just really lighting up the internet. I'm really happy and proud for people putting this out there and talking about it so we can bring some awareness and not just let her be another Black woman, you know, being taken up, sent to the upper room out of here and nobody say anything, you know? Like when these Black men are being put out, you know, they make a big old thing and they have a whole slogan, Black Lives Matter and all that stuff. But what about these Black women or just women in general? But, you know, even particularly, I'm a Black woman, so of course I'm, you know, partial to my sisters here. You know, we need to really stick together and keep talking about this and no more secrets and stuff. If you got somebody in your family, you got a brother or son or an uncle, somebody putting hands on a woman and being abusive like that, y'all need to call them people out and stop supporting them. Yeah, here we go. All right. Wait a minute. I think I need to do something else before I click over here so y'all be able to see it. I need to go here. We're learning that all right. I found it. All right, here we go. All right, so this is the news footage of what happened. It's only about 2 minutes, and they're going to show I think it's just going to be a screenshot of the actual.
Charlotte FBI field office has officially opened an investigation into the death of a woman on vacation in Cabo, Mexico back in October. Now, Queen City News first brought you the story about Shanquella Robinson's mysterious death last week. As anchor Morgan Francis reports, police investigating the case are sharing what they've discovered so far.
Thursday, Mexican authorities told Queen City News Shanquella Robinson's friends lied to them about what happened to her prior to her untimely death on October 29th. An officer investigating the case says they interviewed two friends at the villa in Cabo who said Shanquella Robinson had alcohol poisoning. The same story her family says they told them.
They said she wasn't feeling well. She had alcohol poisoning. They couldn't get a pulse.
It wasn't until her autopsy came back that Mexican police discovered she had a severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation, which is instability in the uppermost vertebrae.
Wow. I wish I was it. Oh, here we go. But I wanted to show y'all. Y'all see that spine up there. Anyway, we'll come back to it. That's just the nurse in me. All right, brace yourself.
They also didn't see this video showing Robinson get violently assaulted until Wednesday. For that reason, their investigation is still open, and they're looking into her death.
There's a huge financial incentive to keep Cabo open and to keep people feeling safe. So to the extent they can find, prosecute, incarcerate the people that did this, in my opinion, they're going to try to do it.
Kurt Kearns is an international attorney with experience litigating international crimes and investigations. Some of what he has to say might not be the most promising news.
It's a sovereign state. So that's the first misunderstanding a lot of people have, is that, hey, man, if I'm an American and I'm in trouble somewhere, boy, they'll come to my rescue. And the reality is not unless there's a really big interest internationally in coming to your rescue, because they will not upset international relations with a sovereign nation just to help out.
The police officer investigating the case tells Queen City News if they find evidence that leads to an arrest, they have authority to bring the group back to Mexico and, quote, they will have to answer to Mexican law. While the FBI...
Wow. So that to me is very, assuring. I feel good about that, which, will be bad news for them, because if you got to serve time over there in Mexico, they're going to be catching the blues, and will rightly deserve, whatever it is that they're going to get, because, that it was documented like that, and that everybody witnessed it, and that everybody agreed to, cover it up. It just really breaks my heart. I have a daughter who's 24, and, that could have been my daughter, could have been your daughter, could have been your sister. And the fact that it was another woman who, was guided by or entangled some type of way with that man. Like I said, they're at the core to all of this here, when you peel back the layers of these things and stuff. So, we have to just keep ourselves mindful so we can always be vigilant and stuff, and to decrease these chances by exposing the ones that we do know, like who we are aware of. And what I mean by that is, like, when you protect these abusers and you don't say what happens, you leave the door open for somebody to come behind you to get abused, So that's why it's important to have a safe space to be able to tell your story and to, help get things going, and, the process going for healing and things like that to take place, which is what my whole heart desire is for each of us to work on healing ourselves so we can heal this planet, take responsibility for it. We women, because this is where it's going to come from. This is our energy. The feminine essence is where all this is going to happen. We have, it's here, right? And so until we wake up, and we wake up each other, one another, right? So we can get this back, get things back, get nature back, get things, because nature will take care of itself. Like, like life takes care of itself. So we need to step back and allow it to happen, right? Be channels of it and stuff like that, so we could move up. So that I think I finished as much of the video that I wanted to show, because I think they're just going to be, you know, a little bit more commentary. And we kind of finished all that on there. What I want to do now is I want to start to kind of break down these friends. We had read earlier that said there were 6 friends, and we hear statements from the mother saying that they all had different stories, and